going? I know today is an odd time. We got some odd times for lives this week. But there is a method to my madness, and that is centering around the heat wave that we've got going on. My building is on the west side of the building, and so that means we get the strongest sun starting at around 2:33. We actually kind of face northwest a little bit. But anyways, we get the majority of our heat from like 3 o'clock on. So the last couple of days when it's been between 40 and 45 degrees Celsius out, I've started sitting in my table here that's right next to the window. And it has been so uncomfortably hot, but I had to turn the fans down to be able to do a live, and it was making it too hot in here for Audrey. So I apologize for the odd times, but once the temperature chills the hell out a little bit, maybe we'll be able to get back to some normal ones. Kim, Kiati, hello. Hi, Tina. Hi, Cara. Good to see you guys. I'm doing good. Miss Audrey is, I'm going to turn this around so you can see her, Kiati. She is right, right there on her pink couch. She's having a little snooze. She's very happy. She's very, very happy. It's been, she thankfully hasn't had any asthma attacks, but it has been really hot. She's been a little bit lethargic, but we both have been. Now I just need to go and grab the painting we're going to be working on today, because we have our bliss painting to work on. Did everybody see Tara's video of the bliss squeezer? I was so excited to get to see it. Tina, you're right. That thing is freaking cool. And I loved her infomercial style. I told her, I'm like, I was waiting to hear, but wait, there's more. She's like, oh my God, I should have done that. I thought it was hilarious. So we're going to do that. Thank you for sending her so much love, you guys. I know she's such a princess, isn't she, Cara? And she loves you right back, Kiati. And she's so cute. It was so funny. It was really good. It was so clever. All right, I'm just going to, I'm sitting on my pant leg and I got stuck. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. So this is the piece, sorry, that's my shoulder. This is the piece that we're working on in the Patreon workshop lives. And I just haven't moved everything yet. So I'm just going to go get the bliss painting. I'll be right back. Right. Okay. And here is our beautiful wedding cake. You have no idea how badly I want to go and buy cake decorating and cookie decorating stuff so that I can try doing something like this on a cookie or a cake. The idea is incredibly exciting to me. All right, so bear with me one second. I'm just gonna move a couple tools out of the way that we don't need out. We need this one out, we need this one out. So all the rest of these can go away. Fantastic. And I've got my tools to unclog my bliss bottles, because unfortunately one of them, I can confirm that I left it out overnight without putting the lid on. So we'll do what we typically do and start with repairs. How are you guys doing though? How was the rest of your weekend? What did you guys get up to? Tina, your tissue box looks great so far. I love the happy colors. Oh shoot, and I don't have my actual glasses on. Right? Jamie the cake decorator. Can you imagine? I would weigh 500 pounds. But I'd probably be happier than I've ever been in my life. All right, I'm just going to go grab my eyeglasses. I'll be right back. right, eyeglasses so I can see. I feel like there's something else missing. Oh, right, I need the light on that's across from me and the one that's behind. All right, so this is gonna go there. So I'm going to be taking a trip out to my storage unit at some point in first couple weeks of August. My friend Kathy's going to be there with me, and maybe we'll go live. But yeah, it's going to be a good month. Maybe I've got cake decorating supply stuff already in my storage unit that I don't even remember. You never know. Stranger things have happened. Got all kinds of shit in there. Just trying to get some of the paint off of here, and then we will test our bottles. We have a third row of dots to put on this outside ring here, and then we've got a bunch of detail to still add in there. I don't know what we're going to do outside of the ring of dots. I feel like I might add a couple more rings. I was thinking like one ring in each of the other colors, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. So we're gonna just focus on filling in some of the detail that we've got here already, and then I'll make decisions after that, I think. Doo-doo-doo. You're welcome, Tina. Trying to crochet a plant flower bouquet and crocheting a basket. Oh, that's cool. That's going to be beautiful. They would be too pretty to eat. Wouldn't that be nice? Diamond swoops. So swoops, diamond swoops are, I don't have anything to show you. I don't have a blank thing to paint it on and show you. Let me see if I can find a piece of paper. Hold on. It's basically just like a regular swoop chiati. Oh, here's a tester piece. So, we just grab some paint. So it's going to be just like a regular swoop. The difference is that you are going to, instead of just dragging it only one way like this, you're going to go back into your center dot and pull it the other way as well. So you're going to take your tool, right? You're going to put your paint down. Now you can put your paint down with a ball stylus tool, or you can put it down with like an actual flat dotting tool, like the Happy Dotting Company ones. And then you're going to go to the center, and you're going to pull down for however big you want it. And then you're going to go back into your center, and you're going to go up. And then you just kind of clean up your lines this way. Okay, I'm going to do it again, chiati, and I will zoom in, okay? And then you just clean up your lines that way. Now, so let me zoom in. So you place your paint. You get as much paint on there as you want. You want to use lots of paint. Okay. And then with your pointy tool, you bring the paint down, you bring the paint up, and then just kind of use that tool to coax it into the diamond shape. Like that. Does that help, chiati? I can't wait to see that car. It sounds like it's going to be so beautiful. Hope my bouquet in the basket would turn out the way I want it to turn out. I think it will. I think it will. You're very talented, Cara. And you have a lot of perseverance. You will keep going and keep going. So I think it's going to turn out beautifully. All right. I feel like I should try and get rid of some more of these guidelines. So I'm just going to grab a J cloth and go wet it down, and then I'm going to come back and try and remove this guideline so that we can start to fill in that space. I'll be right back. Next one. I just realized that the background color on this painting matches the decor in my living room. Look, it matches my curtains. That's funny. It's a very aesthetic. All right, what the hell's going on here? Okay. I can't get my chair to pull in further under my desk. Okay. What a freaking disaster. All right, here we go. Now let me scroll back. Oh, I'm glad that they're helpful, Kiati. I'm glad that it's helpful. So, some of you may remember that I will have some dots that are going to need to be replaced because the watercolor pencil that I used is kind of being trapped underneath some of the paint, and because they are translucent, they're showing through the back of the paint, through the paint. So there are some dots on here that are going to look like they've got a little dark edge. I still have a bit of work to do. I'm going to go in. Lay taught us that when we're doing coning and when we have a lot of texture, using a damp paintbrush can be really good for getting the watercolor pencils off. So I'm still going to go over this painting with a brush and try and touch up a lot of this stuff. But for now, let's just get rid of this midline in here and fill it up with lots of pretty detail so that we're almost done, which is crazy. Hi, Sarah. How are ya? Good to see ya. How's your day? What you doing? How you doing? All right. I'm just removing a couple of guidelines before we keep going. I'm doing good, thanks, lovely. And I'm glad you're doing good. How's Barney? Give him a smooch for me, please. Working and watching. Very nice. Well, happy to keep you company. Do you have a lot of time left before the end of your shift, Sarah? Here I am disturbing you from work. All right. So I tried using baby wipes, and for a while they were okay, but I was still having consistent issues with lint. So then I thought, well, what if I get some of those lint-free cloths? And so I got some J cloths for that. But the problem is that I leave them sitting out and not put away somewhere, so they get covered in dust anyway. So I think I'm gonna have to throw them all in the wash and hope they don't get covered in lint. Always remember too that if any of your guidelines, if it's not an issue of your guidelines showing through your paints and showing underneath your paints, if it's parts that are getting left on the background of your painting, like if you've tried to get it off, and it's just not coming off, or you can still see a hint of it, always remember that you have the option of grabbing your base color and going in with a teeny tiny brush and covering up some of these imperfections. When I used to use regular pencil instead of watercolor pencil, that's what I did all the time. I just knew that at the end of it, I was going to erase what I could erase, and whatever I couldn't erase, I was going to go back in and cover it up with my base color. So it's incredibly tedious and work that'll make you go a little cross-eyed for sure, but it's always a possibility. So if that is something that you feel is in your way, don't let it stop you from finishing that piece. If you like it enough, it'll be worth the time and energy to go in with your base color. Okay? All right. So we are going to we're going to do our every other dot on this section. So we've got a section that already has 3 rows there. I'm trying to figure out where to point based on looking through my phone. And we've got the 3rd row to do along here. So we're going to do every other dot, let them dry, and then I'll go in tomorrow or later today, and I'll fill in those spaces once the dots have dried so that the paint doesn't run together. Barney's gorgeous, wonderful. And Kim's painting and listening. That's wonderful, Kim. That's good. Are you enjoying lots of painting time? All right, so that means I need paint. So where is my little paint container with my bliss drops? There it is. There it is. Got my bliss drops. And I need my bliss drop stands. We're going to use I'm going to go for a Mirage first. I might have to get another Mirage. Did I bring another Mirage? Oh, I did. Nope. All right, well, we'll try this one. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, Sarah. How exciting. Are they the metallics? Are they ones that you'd used before? Or are they brand new ones to you? Oh, this stupid thing is gonna... All right, it's fine. It's fine. You go there, and you go there. Wow, that's amazing. Well done. On Vinted. So what is Vinted? Is it like a used secondhand kind of site? Yeah, who gives a crap about the box, right? That's amazing. I always considered, I'm like, maybe I should be a dumpster diver out of Michael's, because I'm sure they throw out all kinds of stuff out there. Start going dumpster diving one of these days. All right, I'm just scraping some paint off of my pointy tool. I apologize that it's shaking the camera. Like a marketplace. That's awesome. That's fantastic. That's one hell of a good find then on something like that, eh? Because, yeah, unless it's damaged, people probably aren't selling a lot of that. That's cool. Well done. That's exciting. All right, so we're gonna go here. I'm going to bring you over here, and hopefully that will work. I like the look of the every other dot too. Mom's doing okay. Mom's doing okay. I think that the heat and the humidity is getting to her a bit for sure. She definitely hasn't been sleeping great. But she's okay. She's all right. Thanks for asking, Kim. I appreciate the love. You guys all send us so much love. Okay. All right. Tina, are you doing any painting today? It's still early. It's still morning where you are, isn't it? Am I right in thinking that with the time difference? So while I'm doing this, I'm looking around and trying to think of what I'm going to do in the rest of this. So I know we've got quite a bit to add. I want this band of design to be nice and full like the other sections on this are. I just don't quite know what I want to do yet. An hour? Only 1 hour? Okay. I couldn't remember if you were an hour or two. Did you guys see the nice long live on Friday on TikTok? We're going to do 4 hours. Now, one thing is, I understand that that is conflicting with Jenna and her timing. So please know, I don't expect you to do anything different than what you normally do or want to do on a Friday night. But I'll be there anyway. I know, it's a big one. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. And if we're done this, then we'll either be finishing, it's hard to say what we get done this week. We'll either be finishing up on the tissue box cover, that's the Bliss Drops tissue box cover, and the, the purple vase, or we'll be starting something new. She's so talented with her makeup, isn't she? It's incredible. I'm so glad, Cara. That makes me happy. Me too. I looked at it, I'm like, what the hell? Why not? let's have a nice busy week. And we'll finish off Friday nicely. Especially because I'm not doing a live on Wednesday. Alright, so this is going to be the same pink as our center dot. So I'm just going to start adding in because see how nice and full these two sections are? This one seems fairly empty to me, so we got to get it filled in. So this is where we're going to start. Let me zoom in a bit, sorry. It'd be a little easier. I've always been so envious of people who are really good at doing their makeup and good at going creative. I feel like it took me an incredibly long time to just get the basics down. And then when I did, I certainly wasn't in any place to experiment. And I wonder if that would be different now. She's so talented. Hi, Ball. Ball. That was saying hi, Barb, and hi, y'all at the same time. Hi, Barb. I'm going to call you Ball from now on. Avoiding cutting the grass. Well, happy to give you a reason to do that. Oh my God. What a great day. You start with the eyes? We always did under eye concealer first. That's crazy. Yeah, it'd be like learning a whole new language, I imagine. Fascinating. All right, we are gonna continue on with this little pink, and we are gonna add in some more detail in here. It does. It makes total sense, right? Do your eye makeup first and then cover it up when you're done. Put powder. Oh. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, you're right. It makes total sense. You always have to go in and touch up all of the dust that falls all over your face anyway from the eyeshadow. That's cool. I have to join in one of these days and figure out, teach me, please. I haven't worn makeup in so long. I don't even know if I have any makeup that I could put on my face right now. I feel like it's all so old. I feel like maybe twice in the last 4 years I've worn makeup. Maybe? You can't see other comments? Well, that's weird. All right, hopefully that works, Sarah. Is it better now? Okay, good. Yay. I'm glad that that worked. That's nice when that happens. It's all about me. You too, Kim? Yeah. I wouldn't even know when the last time. Every once in a while. I think the thing I do most often, if I'm going to do anything, I do my eyebrows, because my eyebrows are really light compared to my hair. So I always feel like I have no eyebrows. Alright, gotta do this now without sticking my hand in paint. No, don't really miss it either. I don't miss the work behind it. Sometimes I miss the coverage. I've always sweat a lot too, so I kind of have always, I think I've gotten used to not having a lot of makeup a lot of the times, just because I'm used to it melting off of me before the end of the day. I think that would be the next thing I'd want to learn, is how can I stay looking nice and fresh all damn day. Yeah, me too. There was a time where I wouldn't leave the house without it. Absolutely. It's crazy, eh? We never would have been able to predict that about ourselves, I'm sure. Yeah, I just couldn't care less. I think it gets to the point where, like everything else, it needs to either have enough of a benefit for you to keep doing it, and that includes, do you enjoy it, right? Like Jenna obviously enjoys it. And I think that's wonderful. But I think it's one of those things that you almost have to really enjoy. At least for me, anyway. All right, so this one, and now we can work our way back around on the side here. So, thinking about what I'm going to do on the outside edge of this, I'm worried that if I just do rows and rows and rows of these dots, that it's going to get muddy. That was my first initial thought, and then thinking that we could take the dots over the edge of the canvas. Now I'm thinking of just doing some kind of design in the corners, and then pulling it down over the sides. And I could still maybe do the edge of the canvas, because we've got the nice thick 1.5 inch canvas, but oops, that has a straight line in there. Go. So what else are you guys up to today? Sarah's work day's almost over. And Kim, your day's just, Kim and Tina, both of you guys your days are just getting started. Barb's gonna be mowing the lawn maybe after this. Have you been up to the trailer much, Barb? Steffi, we are here to keep you company, lovely. It's good to see ya. No trailer yet? Maybe not. Do you need us to convince you to not mow the lawn today? Or do you want us to encourage you to do it? You like that idea better, Tina? Okay. All right, cool. Thank you for that. All right, that's what we'll do then. We'll have the 3 rows, then we'll do the corner. See, I'm adding more. It was gonna get risky too, that it was gonna take up too much space, you know? Perfect. Perfect. If you convinced me to not, I would say it was your fault, not mine. That's okay. I can be the scapegoat for you. It's not a problem. I would have mowed the lawn today, but Jamie was really convincing. You can blame me. That's all right. Whatever you need. Exactly. Exactly, Tina. We're all about enabling. Yeah. It's not blame. It's success. A successful negotiation. Yeah, does anybody need some enabling done? Yes, we forbid all forms of adulting here. Exactly. Don't need much enabling, but it looks better for me. All right, so that's it. Melinda, how are ya? It's good to see you. All right, so that is where we are at now. So we added little bit in here. So now I need to add some dots in here to help fill that in. We're going to add some more swoops and dots in here as well. I'm just not quite sure how yet. So all right, we're going in with Mirage. And then I'm going to zoom in because we are going to go here. Oh, those are so tiny. Ooh, it worked. All right. Here. Okay. Gabrielle, how are ya? Good to see ya. Thanks for coming and hanging out, you guys. It's lovely to see you. Oh, I almost stuck my hand in wet paint again. To get those super teeny tiny dots with the bliss drops, I'm just letting the paint just barely touch. There's a little blob of paint that's sticking out of the end of my bliss drop bottle. Oops, there was. So you squeeze it out so there's a little bit of paint on it like this. And then I can come in here like this and just barely let that paint touch the surface. I know, it's such an unusual schedule, isn't it? Well, the other day I sat down and I came and I sat here right in the middle of the hottest part of the day, and in the times, well, it was the times I was trying to sit here in the times when I normally go live to see what the heat was going to be like, because we've been having this heat wave, and turns out that it was when I would sit here at 7 o'clock, it would take almost until 8 o'clock before it was breathable and bearable sitting at this table. And it started getting really bad anywhere between 3 and 4. So I thought, well, I'm not gonna not paint for a week just because of this stinking heat. So how do we adjust? Now, Thursday and Friday is supposed to be a little bit better weather-wise for us, and it's supposed to be a bit cooler. So it should be a good day, and that's why I kind of moved around the schedule around that. So yeah, kind of working around the heat a little bit. 110 today. Yuck. That's so gross. Stay in with your air conditioning. I think somebody said the conversion from 40 Celsius was 105 Fahrenheit. I think that's what it was. And it's been between 40 and 45 all week so far. But it's supposed to break a little bit tonight and hopefully be a little less sticky. Hopefully, anyway. Yuck. Steffi's in Tennessee. Whereabouts are you again, Gabrielle? Shoot, that didn't work. All right, I'm gonna do a little repair here on the background, and then we'll be good. Thanks, Tina. Mom's not doing too bad. She's a little more tired than normal right now. But she's not doing too bad. In her room, it's pretty cool. She's got a portable air conditioner in there and a couple of fans. So it's pretty chilly in her room. It's still been heavy a little bit, and the breathing has definitely been noticeably a little bit more labored. But as far as the heat is concerned, she hasn't been doing too bad because of that. Now, she hasn't been out in the heat. We've been doing that on purpose, too. Well, it depends on where you're at in Canada, right? Where I'm at, I am if you look at where Toronto is on a map compared to say Wisconsin and Michigan and everywhere, we get same kind of weather. I have pink pony club in my head every time I see your name too. Gabrielle, you're in New Jersey, right? Yeah. There's that balance, right? Whatever the coldest is going to be, that's what the hottest is going to be in the summer. I know. Yeah, we have very similar weather, Cara. Now you're a little bit farther south than me. But you're still. You've got that border with Canada. But there's a lot of spots where I am anyway, I'm actually farther south. I'm in that little arm that reaches down into the Great Lakes. Melinda's in Canton, Michigan. And we might have shorter seasons as well. You know, like our summer, we don't necessarily start getting summer temperatures until a little bit later. You guys are neighbors. How cool is that? That's awesome. You have family in Ludington. It's 76. Yeah, no, that is not hot. But it's definitely completely different from when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, if it hit 30, 35, like the whole city shut down. Like it was hot. But we had a longer summer than, say, on the East Coast in the Maritimes, like in New Brunswick or Nova Scotia, for example. They would have 1 or 2 weeks of the 25 to 30 degree heat, but then their summer was more like 20 to 25. And I hated it when I lived down there because their summers were so damn cold for me because I was used to hotter summers and longer summers, right? But yeah, it's really strange. It's really, really strange how different it is and yet how similar it is. It's not what you would think. Definitely not what you would think. But then at the same time, like I went to work in California and I had to go down for training. And I was walking around in capri pants and a tank top, and there were people walking around with North Face parkas and toques and mittens on, right? Like, it was so bizarre. Yeah, the usually the Tuesday after Labor Day, Gabrielle, that's usually when it starts. All right. So I need to think of what is going to be next. All right, I'm going to keep going with the Mirage for a minute. I think we keep going with this. No, I don't like those. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. So yeah, we usually go, I think it is beginning of September to end of June is our normal school year. University goes back this week. Wow. That's crazy. No, universities, yeah, it was always after Labor Day. And then we were done middle to end of May, depending on when our exams were. Had a trailer neighbor at the resort who flew down from Rankin way up north, 25 Celsius, and she was dying of heat stroke. Oh my God. Well, yeah, because you're not used to it, right? You're totally not used to it. Like I remember when I was in California and people who lived in California were talking about how cold they were the night before and how they had to turn their fireplaces on and have heat. And me and all of my friends that were from like the Midwest and the Northeast and from Canada, we were sitting outside till 2 a.m. in our t-shirts. It was lovely. But again, it's all what you're used to and what your body is used to, right? There's no such thing as climate change. That's not real. Kids in Canada are out of school more than in. Yeah, so many PA days. There's PA days and PD days and holidays. All right. We are going to I'm going to try and do little teeny tiny dots in here like I did with those little ones. Let's try that. So you know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use a micro dotter and my skin. So let's see what we can do here. like that. Just enough. Back in the day, our field trips were to an actual field in someone's farm, right? I feel like we went to the zoo a lot. I don't remember a lot else. I don't have a ton of strong memories from when I was a kid. It's weird, like I know things happened and I've seen the pictures and heard the stories, but to try and put myself back into that event, can't do it. It's like that saying, I remember like it was yesterday. I'm like, well, I don't remember yesterday, so what does that tell me? What kind of confidence is that going to give me in your memory? The symphony, yep. Yeah, we went to theater a couple of times. Can't remember where else we went to. Where'd you guys go on field trips? Do you guys, anybody have like a really cool? We went to, we had the Ontario Science Centre. We would go to the Art Gallery of Ontario. We have the Royal Ontario Museum, which is actually really friggin' cool. Steffi, when you come up to Toronto, I highly recommend going to everyone calls it the ROM for the Royal Ontario Museum. And they actually have an exhibit on right now that's about the colors in nature. All about colorful animals and colorful plants and stuff. But anyways, they've got a lot of cool stuff there. I remember that as a kid. We went and saw Les Mis in Toronto as a kid. Can't remember what else. Toronto was our annual field trip for years. Well, I don't think we have a problem with it. Do you want to take that risk on getting back into your own country? A bunch of kids. I wouldn't be signing any permission slip for that. Saying, no. That's the hard part. Right? Yeah, and we won't charge you $250 just to get in. That one made me laugh. That one really, really made me laugh. And I'm like, okay, so we're really upset that you're not coming here. But if you want to come here, you've got to pay an extra $250 just to get in the door. And that's the hard part when the state and federal governments aren't on the same page, right? Yeah, $250. Didn't hear about that? Anybody coming into the U.S. has to pay an extra $200. I don't know when it starts. August 1st, Barb? But yeah. Yeah, U.S. You can't go to Cuba. I believe that there aren't direct flights. So you can go to Cuba as an American, but you cannot fly there from an American airport. So a lot of people will drive across the border, come to Canada, and then fly from here. What are you having for lunch today, Cara? Oh, of course it is, Steffi. Of course it is. We went into Houston for the zoo and the Museum of Natural Science. Oh, that's cool. Those sound like cool places. That's fun. I feel like half of the places I went as a kid for some of these field trips, I would appreciate it much more now as an adult. You know, I'm like, this is an adult's field trip. This is not a kid's field trip. Yes, it's important that the kids learn all of this stuff. However, some of it is going to be lost on them. But I feel now, having plums, oh, that sounds good. I love plums. When you can get really nice dark plums and they're nice and sweet, they're some of my favorites. I heard really good things about the Houston Zoo too, Tina. I heard it's a really nice zoo. Would have preferred cheesecake. That would be the choice. The San Diego Zoo. It is one of my biggest regrets in life that when I was in San Clemente, California, that I didn't go to the San Diego Zoo. I've heard it's incredible. Cheesecake sounds good, but I got to avoid them to lower my blood sugar. Gotcha. Haven't been in several decades. Be neat to go back sometime to see if the stuff that we remember is still there. I remember hearing good things about the Houston Zoo, though. When I was a zookeeper, I belonged to the international... It was the Canadian... What is it? It was called CAZA, Canadian Association of Zoological something. Anyways, and Houston Zoo was always one of the zoos we would read about that was doing a lot of really cool stuff for species survival plans and stuff like that. I remember reading a lot of good things about the Houston Zoo. Okay, so now we are gonna grab this one. I was in Honolulu in '79. The zoo was an eye-opener compared to our polar bear zoo. That's so cool. Hawaii is somewhere that I would love to go. All right, I'm just unclogging another Bliss Drop bottle, so bear with me. Okay, unclogged my Bliss bottle. We're gonna use the other pink now. And we're gonna add in some teeny tiny swoops first, and then we will continue on. We're gonna go into here. Just turned 21 and able to leave. Oh, nice. That's cool. All right, so now I'm just gonna do this. Are you getting excited, you guys, for the next release of Tara's paints? That was way too much paint. Oh. There was a splurt there. Ouch! Sister was a lot more fun back then. Would you ever go back? Did you like it? Should we make sure that Hawaii is one of the stops on our Dotting Around the World cruise? It would be kind of cool because we could have people come on the cruise, right, and stay with us for short amounts of time. And then we go to different ports and we pick up new people, and that would be kind of fun. Yeah, those squeezers look cool, eh? Tara's mind, man. I'm sure that everybody who joins her lives all the time too helped a lot with that idea. I didn't realize she'd gotten a 3D printer. How cool is that? I'm so jealous. Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right, Barb. I think it's going to be a while. Just come here. Just come here, Steffi. All you guys, just come here. Yeah, the Bliss and the squeezers. I keep buying all of Tara's paints, but I've hardly used any of them. I need to change that one of these days. Right? Buying craft supplies and using craft supplies are two completely separate hobbies. You will. When I first got the Bliss Drops, I didn't use them right away. I tested them and I swatched them, but I didn't use them right away because I was so afraid that I was going to use them before I came up with the right idea. I wanted to pick the right idea and get the right thing happening before I used them too much. It's hard. Canada already does accept refugees. There's a lot of paperwork to that, right? But yep, Canada already does. She wants, no kidding, she's going to be the manufacturer for absolutely everything. She can't find bottles easier to squeeze, so she came with that. I think that's a great idea. She could also come up with 4 to 8 ounce big bottles that we can put in our old bottles to refill. if you hear me, I don't even care what kind of bottle it comes in. Doesn't need to be able to be squeezed. Put it in a Ziploc baggie for all I care. Just got the printer a few weeks ago. It's got to be one hell of a learning curve, eh? Yeah, if you build it, they will come. Exactly. Yeah, just like our milk. They put milk in bags. They could totally have paint in bags. I know. I think she's probably sick of hearing it. I think a lot of us have said that to her. I wonder what they'd think at customs. Just bags of paint. I'm sure that would raise an eyebrow or two somewhere. They'd be like, this can't be right. There's got to be drugs in those, right? Nobody buys paint by the bag. Okay, drive careful. Yep, 50-gallon drums, exactly. Throw them in a shipping container and let me just go and I'll dive into the vat of paints myself. Yep, milk in a bag. Do a search on YouTube and you'll be able to see what they look like and how we get it open and all of that stuff. It's okay, Steffi. We've requested gallons too. Okay, good. Good. Stay on it. Stay on it. Yep. We get milk in cartons too. We don't have the plastic jugs of milk. You don't see it very often anymore. It's usually the paper cartons or the bags of milk. We don't go through milk fast enough in this house, so we don't ever buy the bags of milk because you need to buy them. Can't just buy a single bag. I think they come in, packs of 2, 4, or 6, something like that. Only provinces that can't figure which is that. Well, there's lots of provinces that use the bags. But yeah, I never went through enough milk to make it worth my while to buy the bagged milk because, you have to get it in multi-package of it. And so I never went through it fast enough. So I usually just buy a single liter of milk and it lasts me a couple of weeks. Imagine bags in Stabby, Manitoba, right? Maybe Manitoba is the only one that doesn't have them because of that. No more bagged milk for you, Manitoba. Until you get your stabby, your stick and poke under control. Oh, that's funny. I can just imagine milk spraying everywhere. I loved Winnipeg though. When I used to get to travel there for work, I loved it. I totally thought, I'm like, I could totally live in Winnipeg and be happy. Mom said to me, she's like, let's move to Churchill. I'm like, what? She's like, but they have polar bears in town. I'm like, yes, and you have an idiot daughter who would try to make friends with them. We can't go there. Hi, Lorna. It's good to see you. You're doing okay today? Wonderful. It's good to see ya. Thanks for coming and hanging out. We're making some progress on this bad boy. Sister and I went through Rama the other day. Oh my God, more knives in a chef's kitchen and they wonder why you have a problem, right? Like, these should be in a locked cabinet. They should not be so readily available. All right, next one I'm gonna do is oh, that's why it was the wrong lid. That one. All right, so now we're gonna use the other pink and we're gonna put some in here. Oh, I had a spot where I was missing 2 of the green swoops. So let's see what we can do. You almost missed us. Well, I'm glad you were able to jump in time. What'd you get up to so far today, Lorna? Just gotta unclog another bottle here. Bear with me. All right. I've got a couple little green sprigs to do here. I'm gonna turn it this way. Not too much today. Tina asked Jamie if she's ever gonna finish your tissue holder. I am, I promise. Once this one's done, it is the first project we're going back to. I maintain that promise. That and the purple vase are gonna get finitoed. Get that vase, get the tissue box into Lorna's hands. I will. I already said it earlier today. I'm going to. All right. So in here. What are we gonna do? what this does. Working my way through a family-sized bag of tortilla chips. Atta girl. I believe in you. You've got this. Salsa or queso? Oh, just the chips themselves? We knew what you meant. That sucks when autocorrect does that, eh? So pico and guac. Good. Tired. Went swimming in my daughter's pool. Oh, lovely. That sounds nice. Yeah. Audrey is out cold. But I'm not from your part of town. Yeah, that swim sounds really nice. There's a booger right there. Come on, get out. Come on. Shit. Get out. Thank you. There we go. another one of the great things about terrace paints is that you can add to them and keep working with them. So you want to keep a narrow swoop, so you don't want to put too much paint down right at the beginning. You can do that and then come back to it after, right? And add some more paint to it, which helps. That's a little thin. So we will add a little there. All right. Hi, Debbie. How's it going? I'll do a zoom out here. This is where we are at so far. Very tiny, subtle things have been added today. Very, very, very tiny, subtle things. We have some walking dots and that dot and the extra little swoops and then the little dots in the middle there. So it's still slow going, and then we're adding these swoops here. We'll add them on both sides. But slow going, but we're getting there. More or less had to carry me in, out. I had my oxygen tank and mask, but my husband... Oh no. Oh Lord, that must be so scary. Totally keeps it from being a nice, relaxing, rejuvenating experience, doesn't it? I'm sorry to hear that. Busy, busy day, Debbie? Well, I hope it's a good one. And it's good to see ya. I'm sorry, Lorna, that's gotta be frustrating. It's hard when you feel like you don't have a choice in the matter, eh? Excellent, Debbie. What you been up to? What you got done? Brag about it. Let's hear. Yeah, everything's frustrating, right? I understand as well as I can, because I can imagine myself in that situation as well as I can imagine myself in that situation, because there's always some things that you can't possibly imagine. And from what I've seen from Mom, it's incredibly frustrating. So I empathize and wish it was easier. And I also understand from the daughter's point of view too, of wanting to do things to help you, you know, that they believe is going to help you, right? And would be good for you. So I understand that point of view too. And neither of them are easy, and they don't necessarily work hand in hand terribly well, because, you know, it's completely different motivations. It's tough. But it's all out of fear, right? And that's heavy. Son came over yesterday and installed a table that folds up against the wall, a new smart thermostat, a handheld shower head, and fixed my AC. Kick ass, Debbie. My goodness, that's incredibly productive. How wonderful. I must feel so good. That's wonderful. That's one hell of a list that got accomplished. Hooray, Debbie's son. And hooray, Debbie. It's just my immediate family, my daughters, yes, on all those points. Yeah, it's a lot of fear from both sides, right? It's hard. All right. Yeah, they want you to have fun. They want you to do things that, could potentially, where they would like to think will help your body. It all comes from a good place, but that doesn't mean that it's easy or always the right thing, right? Today, Debbie did an aquatic exercise, a pharmacy trip, and it's trash day. My son is also going to make some solar screens. Oh, that's awesome. Barb, does your son has a passport and does he like to travel and does he like lasagna? Keep him busy for a long time. All right, so now we're gonna go and do the other side to these swoops. You guys have ever have days where it's really, really, really hard to stay focused on what's in front of you? Like I'm focusing, but at the same time, my mind is going off in 10 million different directions all at the same time, it feels like. Like I almost have to stop and go, okay, bring yourself back to this moment. You're not doing that stuff right now. Do you guys ever have that? Barb, I wish. Poor choices when he was younger, no passport. Oh, that's too bad. Keep him busy. I can help keep him busy too with stuff around my place, but I can't cook for shit. So I'd have to get lasagna, buy lasagnas off of Barb anyway. That happened to me a lot. I lost focus on the task that's in front of you. Do you? Whew. That's you every day. Oh, thank God, Barb. I'm incontinent and frequently I wore an undergarment to keep you dry in the pool. That's hard. That's what. It's good that they have that though. Skip a Nintendo. Yeah. Oh, Lorna, I'm sorry. That's terrible. Why? Why did they make you do that? When I do my chores, my mind is on my crochet project. That's fair. That's fair. It's like I slide in and out of the current conversation quickly, and I don't mean to. It just happens. You stand your ground, Lorna. You don't make them do anything that you're uncomfortable with until they give you a reason and make you part of the decision. You are allowed to have a say in what happens with you and your body. Go. Thanks, Debbie. All right, then let's help you practice, Lorna. It's not even that you have to say no. You just have to say, I'm not comfortable with that. Why do I have to do this here? And remember that they can't force you to do anything, right? They'd have to lift you and carry you and do all of that. You won't make them mad if you just say, can you explain to me why we have to do it this way? Right? Why do we have to do it here? Why can't I go into a bathroom where I have some privacy? And they might have a legitimate reason as to why, but then you get to be part of that decision. And it's not easy to do, Lorna, but I just want you to hear it from somebody that you have every right to do that. You are your own human, and you are allowed to have a say. I know you don't want them to be mad, and I know it's hard. I really, really do. I promise you I do. Yeah, that would never be okay. Not okay. You have a say. You are a human being, Lorna. And you are allowed to have privacy and dignity, and to be treated with dignity. So just know that it's always your choice, right? It's always your choice. You have the ability to do it, and you get to pick and choose which situations are worth doing it or not. Having to be undressed in front of people that you don't know, that could be one of the big ones for you, right? But you get to pick and choose each and every situation on and you know, one of the things that you could always say is, hey, I want to do what you want me to, but I want to be part of the conversation. I'm just asking for an explanation because I'm a human being, right? I want to do what you want me to do, but I need you to talk to me. I'm so sorry, Lorna. That's so hard. That's awful. Well, I hope that an opportunity presents itself where you are able to practice doing it, and that it's received well for you, because you deserve that. Just keep an eye out for situations and remind yourself that you have the right to ask if you want to, and that it's always your choice. There's no such thing as having to try harder, right? It's just continue to practice, right? Continue to practice, try some new things, see if they work, and just reminding yourself that you have a choice, right? Just reminding yourself that you have a choice sometimes can be enough to say, you know what, yeah, I've got a choice, but I really don't want the fight, so I'm not even going to bother. I'm okay with this. It can help you kind of in a, help you pick your battles kind of situation, right? This is your life still. And you don't have to do what they want you to do. You have to do what you want you to do and what you and your husband decide to do. And they can be brought in the loop. They don't have final say. And you always have the choice. So just remind yourself of that. You don't have to do anything different. Just remembering that you can if you want to, right? You may decide it's never worth it and never worth the fight, and that's okay, as long as you remember that you could if you wanted to. And if it was the right time, not could if you wanted to, could if it was the right time. If you ever decide to and you decide it's the right thing for you, you always can. Calls you names for what? What do you mean? I'm sorry, that's awful. That shouldn't be happening. Being lazy for not wanting to change out in the living room? That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? That's not good. No, that's okay. And I think you have to treat each individual situation as a completely different situation, right? It's hard. It's so hard. I'm so sorry you're going through that. It's hard for everybody involved, but it's the hardest for you. Yeah. It's so hard when you've got so many. It's like too many cooks in the kitchen, right, Lorna? There's too many people who are weighing in on too many opinions when it's really should only be about what your doctor says you can and can't do. That's what it should be, right? In a perfect world, that's what it should be. All right, I'm going to do some walking dots down here. No, it's okay. Happy to talk with you. It's not a problem. We brainstorm like this stuff together all the time, right? So it's okay. Something good happened? Tell us. Oh, these 2 hours went by fast again already, didn't they? It's crazy. All right, we'll get these walking dots done, and that'll probably be good because then it'll give me time to let these dry, and then we can see next time whether what we need, if anything, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Oh, that's cool. That's nice, Lorna. That's fun. Lorna, have you ever considered Zentangle? Have you ever looked into that? It's kind of like symmetrical doodling. It might be nice because you just need a pad of pen, a pad of paper, and a pen, any kind of pen. And you can do some. If you haven't, that might be something worth looking into. Maybe on YouTube. There's some great, or on TikTok or Instagram. There's some great Zentangle artists that That could be real fun. Is Eva here? Hi, Eva. Unfortunately, we're getting close, but it's good to see you regardless. How you doing? Time goes so fast, I get confused. I know, right? It's hard to keep track of how fast it's all going. Yeah, I'm excited to see this dry next because then we can see what colors we need more of. Hi, Audrey. You're waking up. Hi, baby. You okay? Hi, cutie. I knew she'd be waking up. It is 10 minutes before the end of the live and all. What are you doing? All right, I gotta show you guys this. Hold on. Hi, Patty. Been here since the beginning, but just quiet today. That's okay. That's all good. As long as you're okay, that's all that matters, Patty. 1 week to go and you're off for 3. Oh, that's gonna be lovely, Eva. All right, hang on. There's the little miss. Hi. Can't even keep her eyes open. Hi, I love you. I love you. She's sleepy. How's Chloe doing, Patty? Let me switch this around. All right, there we go. Got you guys situated again. Sorry about that. No worries about whether you're good or bad at it. If you're new at it, that just means you're practicing. And if focus on if it could be something fun to do. If it's not something fun, then that's a whole other thing to be concerned about, right? And to focus on. But if it's fun, screw it. Have a great time. Make a mess, draw lines. It's all good. Sister's gonna call you. All right. See if I can get these walking. Oh, shit. I stuck my finger in paint. Okay, let's fix it. Let's fix it. Okay. There we go. So now I need Mirage. Okay. And don't put your hand in paint. Hi, Asia. That's okay, lovely. It's good to see you. Thanks for the love and sending you lots right back. Eva needs the break. We rent a house with gates so the dog can come with Oh, lovely. Going to the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Maybe you'll see Lay. How lovely, though. Pat is good. I can hold it and sit in my chair. That's the nice part, right? Because painting, you have to get so much ready to do, and you need space, and you need a certain kind of table. But when you've got a pad and paper, there's some freedom there to be able to kind of take it with you everywhere you go, or wherever you want to go anyway. That's good, Lorna. That's very exciting. Yeah, Barb just said it. Go see Lay. I hear she tosses out good stuff. Bring a box for all of her stuff. Oh, Patty, I'm so sorry. Poor Chloe. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a big truck. It was a big truck day at the library. Then the kids wanted to go in. Youngest had a meltdown and was done. Yeah, just hit the limit, eh? Good old overstimulation, eh? It gets us all at some point. I hope they're doing okay though. Oh, dot pens. Oh, that's fun. You can get all kinds of fun pens to play with. Dollarama too. They had some really nice felt tip ones I used to get. That's wonderful. Yeah, and special paper. Very nice. When you get to draw on nice paper, it really makes a big difference. And we're gonna stay on here for about, well, however long it takes me to finish 4 more sets of these walking dots. Please give Chloe a smooch from us, Patty. Hope she's okay. Poor thing. And Kim, when is your time off done? Oh, known for UTIs? Oh, that sucks. All right, you guys, let's do a zoom out and have a look at this. See how we're doing. We're getting there. We're definitely not done, but we're definitely getting there. Still a little extra space to fill in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a dark, I might do another green right in here. And then I'm going to do some more pink in here. But I might do a small green in here. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. To just go down in here, a long skinny swoop. And then we'll figure out something to do in here as well. But I think it's getting there. We've almost got the third row of dots along the outside done. Like, I feel like from here to here, it's nice and full. But yeah, I think maybe even we just need this spot to do. We should probably leave that blank. Probably just a little bit in here. And then that should be close to full like this, I think. I think. What do you guys think? I think that would work. I'll do some more stuff in here and figure out what's next. And we'll let this dry and we'll get the rest of it done. And then we'll start on the corners. We'll come up with a design to go on each of the 4 corners. And then what would be really, really cool is if we have the design that happens in the corners that mimics the circle, right? Like this. But then where it goes over the edge here, we can have it, you know, we can have it come down here even more. We could have, oh, that could be kind of cool actually. So if we did, can you see that? So if we did something like this where it attaches here, and then we do like another one here, right? And then we have the, you know what I mean? That could be cool. And it could be like, we can fill it in here and then have just like strings almost of like the pearls going around it. That could be kind of neat. All right, we'll figure it out. August 11th. Oh, that's coming way too fast, Kim. No. I was hoping you still had more time left. I hope it's been good for your soul, though. You're welcome, Lorna. Lots of love to you. Thanks, Eva. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, Lorna. And thank you, Patty. It was good to see ya. A Shih Tzu? Shih Tzu. Oh. A Shih Poo. Yeah, lots of hugs, Lorna. Thank you, Kara. I love you guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out this afternoon. Again, I'm really sorry for the wonky schedule. But I will see you guys again on Thursday. And we've got 2 lives on Thursday. And then Friday, we have basically 3 lives. Oh, we got 6 hours of lives on Friday? Yay! It'll be a good one. So I'm guessing that's when we will get to work on Lorna's tissue paper holder on Friday nights live. So I will look forward to seeing you guys really, really soon. I love you to bits. And yeah, I guess you're cutting the grass. I'm so sorry. It must be time for a nap now, Barb. The timing must be completely and perfectly off. It must be way too hot now. Let me double check. I don't have one tonight, I don't think. Hang on, let me double check. I didn't think there was one tonight. Let me double check. Shut up. Go away. But I gotta look at my schedule to be sure. Yes, so nothing tonight. Thursday afternoon is going to be Thursday all day is going to be Patreon. So nothing tonight, nothing tomorrow. 2 Patreon lives on Thursday, 3 lives on Friday. We're going to have a Patreon workshop on Saturday afternoon and a YouTube on Sunday. No, that's totally okay. If anybody wants to take the screenshot here of the schedule, if that is helpful for you. I don't know. Half the time, I don't know what damn day it is either, Asia. So it's so good. Yeah, half the time, like, I don't know. Maybe it's Thursday. Maybe it's Tuesday. Maybe it's Sunday for all I know. You're welcome, Lorna. Have a great day, you guys. Thank you so much, Christina. I'm so glad you like it. Yeah, right? If it's way too hot to be mowing the lawn, Barb, I'm really concerned for you because, it could be very, very difficult and hard on you to mow the lawn if it's really, really hot like this. Just seems very irresponsible to mow the lawn at the hottest part of the day. Napping at the hottest part of the day seems much, much like a better idea. That's the enabling. Use it as you want to. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. See ya, Cara. Bye, Eva. Bye, Kim. Bye, Cara. Bye, Barb. I love you guys. Goodbye, Tina. Big hugs. Wonderful. I'll look forward to seeing you. Yep, so I'll send sister out. Exactly. All right, you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Mwah! Bye.